This is Kevin
This is Jack.
from the Acacia Strain, and you're listening to Onslaught Radio.
This is Onslaught Radio. I'm Natalie, and this evening I'm backstage at the O2 Academy Islington, where I'm talking to Jack and Kevin of the band The Acacia Strain. Hi guys, how are you doing?
Hello.
What's up?
And so tonight you're performing for your London fans.
Yes.
Are you looking forward to it?
Yes, we are, very much so. London's always great every time we've been here. Yeah, so we're really excited.
And what can your fans expect from your set this evening?
Us to play some songs, and for them to enjoy them, hopefully.
And what are you hoping to get out of the crowd this evening?
Oh, Jack, what are you hoping to get out of the crowd this evening?
Lots of energy. I don't know. We try to, it's a little give and take. We give some energy, and hopefully they can, give us some feedback. If they're enjoying it, then it just makes
the crowd very much so.
Yeah, it just makes the whole show that much better. If we can tell that they're enjoying it, then we're gonna enjoy it more. And I don't know, a lot of crowd participation parts. We try to have everybody, have as much fun as possible.
Sing along, clap along, jump up and down with us. Well, I don't jump because I'm sitting down playing drums, but I can just bounce on my seat.
Are there any tracks that you find get the best crowd reaction?
I'd have to say Whoa, Shut It Down probably gets the best crowd reaction. That and JFC.
Yeah.
It's probably our two biggest fan favorites.
And if you're sitting on stage, obviously sitting for you, standing for you, what makes a gig for you? What is it that a crowd can do that will make that gig for you?
I have to say, parts where the music's actually happening and kids are screaming along, and I can hear the crowd over the music, over my drum monitor, over all that noise on the stage. Then that's just ridiculous. That's awesome. I love it when that happens. Makes you feel good.
Just any time that they're not fucking standing there with their mouths open, just staring at you, not giving a shit. They look like they're enjoying it.
And you guys have been touring with Whitechapel for quite a long time now, because you were touring with them in the US as well just before this.
Weeks in the US with them, and then the 2.5 weeks over here.
And how's it been touring with those guys?
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
I'm good friends with those guys. We toured with them in the past, so it was felt like we didn't even get off tour when we got back with them. So it was good. Good guys. Kinda.
And are there any bands that you would like to perform live with that you haven't had the chance to do so yet?
Well, yeah,
Iron Maiden would be cool.
Yeah.
But
all those bands
that would
are
never happen.
way out of reach, though. So
Yeah, that'd be cool if one year we get to play Download or something like that, and just hundreds of bands that you would never ever be able to play in the same area with. That'd be cool, but we'll see. So far we haven't. Maybe next year.
We just have to tour with shitty bands like Whitechapel
And Impending Doom.
Yeah.
And I understand you're doing the Vans Warped Tour this year. That's quite a diverse lineup, isn't it? How do you feel being on a lineup that can be, so hit and miss with some people?
Well, it's good because there's going to be a lot of people there that we would never get a chance to play in front of, so we can maybe win over some new fans or not gain any new fans. People are either going to hate us or love us, so who knows? It'll be fun, though. We're excited to see Bad Rabbits and hang out with those guys because we're big fans with them, and they're apparently fans of us, so it's going to be cool getting to meet other bands that we would never, have a chance to play with and stuff. So.
And your latest album was released last year. How's it been received so far?
So far, so good. Yeah. In the States, it's great. We played the last tour we did. We played more new songs off that record than old songs. And you see more and more kids singing along to the lyrics and everything, so that's cool. People seem to enjoy it. Over here, I'm not really that too sure because we haven't really been over here that much. And but yeah, it's doing good so far.
Yeah.
We're happy with the way it's going.
Hasn't been horrible, so
yeah.
It's a good sign, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you personally have any favourite tracks on the album?
My personal favorite is Bay of Pigs.
Yeah.
That's my personal favorite.
And is that generally the same throughout the band?
I don't know if it's the same throughout the band, but I fucking really like that song. We played it last tour, about half the tour, and it was awesome. It's fun just because it's nice and slow and groovy and heavy, and I don't know, it's just a fun song.
And his phrasings just make the song what it is. It's so good.
And obviously you guys have released an album every sort of 2 years since 2002. Does that mean that we can expect an album hopefully next year?
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Pretty much keeping that 2-year cycle going. right now we're more worried about touring and supporting the last record, because like kids will ask us like, when are you coming out with a new record, and it's like we just came out with one in the summertime.
It hasn't even been a year yet.
Yeah.
Calm down.
So but yeah, next year we'll start working on that. Take
next winter off like we did for Wormwood. Like we took last winter off and just sat around and wrote our asses off, and then went in the studio, recorded, and then started touring again in the summer. So probably take a good 4 or 5 month break off and just record or write and record. So we'll see if it's good or terrible. Probably be terrible,
most likely.
Yeah.
And what have you guys got planned for the rest of the year?
Well, we go home after this, and then we're home until Warped Tour, and then we're doing Soundwave Revolution in Australia. That was just announced, and then we're also going to Southeast Asia. We're playing Bangkok, Thailand with Every Time I Die, so that should be interesting. And Indonesia. And there's a couple more places I can't say yet because they haven't been announced. We were very strictly told not to say anything about those shows, but you'll hear about them soon enough.
Awesome. And we've got a couple of questions from some of your fans that have got in contact with us. Yeah. This one's from Graham and a guy called Matt Morgan, and they have said that there's a lot of stuff in the press about a feud between the Acacia strain and Ymir, and what's it all about?
Nothing.
That's not about nothing because we're friends with those guys.
Yeah.
There's no problems.
So it's all just press hype, basically.
It's pretty much, yeah. It's people taking a story that was this big and made it this big and blew it all out of proportion.
It's just kids that don't know what the fuck they're talking about, and they're not in this world, you know what I mean? Anyways, so they're just like, they just don't know what they're talking about at all. And I mean, we were just hanging out with them last month.
We just played a festival.
Yeah, playing shows with them, chilling with them. I mean, there's
so.
And I don't know. The only thing that's like annoying, or the problem with that, is the fucking kids not like just making shit up and blowing something that's not anything out of proportion.
Although as a band, it must show that you've got there when you've got feuds and things, people making up things in the press. So, it means they're talking about you.
There's really no point in having a feud like that with bands like in this kind of genre because it's such a small like community of bands. It's like, why would you want to have problems with someone? Like, there's no point. You're going to be playing shows together. You're possibly going to tour together. There's no point to have beef or problems with anybody.
So everybody who's talking about it and thinks that there's a problem,
there are no problems between the Acacia strain and Ymir. No problems.
Awesome. And what would you say has been a highlight as a band so far over the past couple of years?
Just getting to travel to new and exciting places that we, would have never been able to go to had we not been in the band.
Yeah, like going to Japan and Australia, like never thought in my life I'd ever go there, or even being over here in Europe, in the UK, like never thought once I'd be over here. So it's really awesome that we got to do that kind of stuff.
And we get to do it while we're doing something that we love to do. So that makes it even better.
Very privileged.
Yeah.
Good. And finally, if you were to give some advice to some of the unsigned bands out there that would like to maybe be one day be as big as you guys, what kind of advice would you give to them?
Tour your asses off. You got to keep touring. You got to keep bugging record labels, booking agents. I mean, don't bug them too much because they'll just get annoyed and never respond to you. But you just got to keep playing shows and tour your ass off. Because there was 3 years this band was touring where we literally played in front of the bartender and the promoter, and he would feel bad and give us money for gas to get to the next show. You can't just
jump into it.
Yeah. I mean, nowadays some bands do, which is just ridiculous,
but then they fall off.
And then they fall off real quick because they never paid their dues. They never, they don't deserve what they're doing. So really just gotta
work. Yeah, basically.
Just gotta tour your ass off, put all your blood, sweat, and tears into it. Just keep trucking.
The thing too is like a lot of people have this really romantic idea about be a rock star or whatever, and it's
blah, blah, blah.
Fucking nothing like that. Like that shit died in like the 60s and 70s. Like it's not like that anymore, and it's just way harder than I think a lot of those unsigned bands think it is. Because it's not. I mean, we're just fucking sitting back here like eating chips and doing nothing at all. Crisps, sorry. Doing nothing at all, like waiting around, and it's not like all it's hyped up to be. Most of the time you're fucking tired. Get the fuck out of here, Tony. Most of the time you're like tired and hungry and sore and like, you know what I mean?
It's home.
Yeah. That's
one thing that sucks about it is the homesickness, but at the same time you're out here doing what you love. So
But
you can get over it.
Yeah, I mean, if they really want it, then they should work their asses off.
You can't stop or give up either, because once you slow down or stop, that's when
Done.
nobody's gonna care. You know, you got to show the hard work and the determination and dedication for anybody to really care to want to work with you. So, yeah.
Well, thank you very much for talking to Onslaught Radio, guys.
You're welcome.
Thanks for having us.